her music.
This is the weirdest shit ever. Who's been to Four Course Sips and Bites podcast before? Raise your hands. Oh, wait.
All right.
I haven't either. And I have to be honest, to put it together, I mean, it wasn't too hard, but it's 7:20 and we had y'all seating at 7. What happens? What happens in a kitchen? Well, we were in the weeds. Chef Kraft was walking up. I'm like, Chef, I'm in the weeds. He's like, I gotta get a hug. I'm like, okay, bro, a little sticky. I think doing this, it just makes me feel better and more confident about things. Like it may not be perfect tonight. We're on plastic plates, we're in plastic cups. We've never done it before, we're gonna do it anyway. And you have to take these chances. Christina and I were chatting a little bit at the beginning when she got here. It's like, do you ever feel like you're really ready? I don't. And I feel every day is the same struggle to get back to that 5 o'clock opening time. And it's like, oh shit, we're open again. And that's part of the excitement in this business. It's also what makes it so difficult to try to coordinate 4 courses, drinks, and whatever while we're doing a podcast. But I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so excited to have Christina with us. I'll just do the introduction. Christina from Hi and Hola, Arepa, good friends. I'm so happy you're here, Chef. Please, will you give her a round of applause? Okay, can I get a round of applause? I think it's appropriate that yours was more robust.
I wouldn't say that.
Hey, just a couple other things. There's no real rules tonight. The restrooms are over there. Staff's going to be in and out. And by staff, I mean my daughter and Sasha, my daughter LK and Sasha and Shannon. And we're going to try to do this as inobtrusively as possible and as fast as possible, to be quite honest, because I don't know how long all my questions are going to last for you. I have
a lot of time. I got all night. I don't know about you guys.
So
you don't have all night.
Settle in, folks. Who watches the bear? All right. I drew pictures today, just like the bear. They're certainly not as pretty as his.
Ooh, I want to see.
But my writing's good. I got nice writing.
Oh, cute. I
right?
like that.
The taco holder.
That one looks like an alien.
Yeah, it's a taco holder.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that was a great. Oh my God, you guys, the taco holder that you're gonna see, amazing, mind blowing.
Compostable.
So compostable.
Because I know that I'm gonna get some shit about this one-use plastic stuff. Christina, I know you, but I don't know you.
Okay.
I didn't grow up with you. Where are you? Are you from here? Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Minnesota. I actually was born in East St. Paul, and then via Woodbury, and then via Minneapolis. I don't know. Here I am.
That's fantastic. Listen, family-wise, do you mind if I ask about your family?
I would hate that. No, I'm kidding. Please do.
All right. Well, just tell me about, because your family, from what I know, your family's very industrious, right?
They are, yeah.
And so I guess I don't want to get to the point so fast. I want you to tell me kind of how you were raised, because I think we're going to understand a little bit more about how you are now because of that, right?
Oh boy, you got some time? This is like a therapy session.
It's fine. I just want to get to know you a little better, and then kind of figure out, where you're coming from. Because I know the part I know. I kind of want to know the part I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, you don't know
just
this.
a little bit.
Right,
it's no pressure,
So, yeah.
Do you have a traditional family unit?
I guess I do. So my mom and dad, fantastic human beings. Shout out mom and dad if you're listening, though I hope you're not. Am I allowed to swear on this, by the way?
Yes,
I don't know. Okay,
swear.
I'm allowed to swear. Sorry, mom. Sorry, dad. But anyways, so my parents were born and raised in Saigon, Vietnam, and came over here when everybody was fleeing because of, communist stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
And so they, came over here, actually met in Minnesota at the U of M, where they were going to school. They started a band together. They're super cute. And
what kind of, like a rock band?
Like a rock band. Like a lot of like Santana covers, a lot of Black Magic Woman. Like wow. I swear to God, so much Black Magic Woman. A lot of it. Mainly just that. I don't know if they played other songs than Black Magic Woman, but yeah. And we had like the whole setup in my basement.
Brothers, sisters?
I have one brother. He lives right now in Spring Grove. He, has fled the city, I guess, and is now living on a whole lot of land. And he really cool. has a pig farm with his wife, Dana. And so if you ever, Nettle Valley Farms, shout out to them. If you're ever looking for some really, really nice pigs that are raised really well, really, really well, they eat better than I do. Those pigs eat better than I do.
Really
Sorry,
cool.
that's not.
That's not really true. You just had that oyster, which I thought was
true.
So, what's the age difference with you and your brother?
We're like Irish twins. We're like a year and a half apart. Is that what an Irish twin is? I don't know.
So.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we're pretty okay. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
We're pretty close though, and so close in age, close just in general. I love my brother. Cool. He's like. He's almost like my twin, but not.
So now, your family has had businesses kind of numerous, no?
Kind of, yeah. So, my mom and dad, like they started at 3M, both doing different things. And then my dad actually worked there until he retired really recently, a year or two ago. And but my mom, was like, I don't know if the corporate life is for me. And she kind of went out and did her own thing and opened up her own like printing and graphic design shop. And so she would do like, menus for the Vietnamese community or different like, wedding cards that were like red and pink and smelled like perfume, and I don't know. So and also just a bunch of other things like, so she had a shop, and I think that's kind of the reason why I was like, oh, anybody can be an entrepreneur, and that's, And then later on...
Anybody can be, but you have to make a decision.
A really bad decision. You make one really bad decision to run a business.
You've made a couple really amazing decisions.
Yeah, couple bad ones, couple good ones.
So my folks weren't in business. Mm-hmm. And I got in trouble a lot at home, and I was the black sheep, and it's no surprise that I'm doing something that's very different from them.
Right.
But it sounds like your family all really you kind of had this entrepreneurial spirit. Are your parents, did they push you hard?
Oh, yeah. Asian parents.
Okay,
I know it's a stereotype. It's a stereotype, but also like, I would say that like they're not like as strict and like, stereotypically like, whatever, I'm gonna beat you up if you don't get an A, but also like they weren't happy if I didn't. They weren't happy about it. Yeah. There was definitely just some like, oh, okay, that's fine, good for you. So it was like just like kind of like there was the expectation,
they were watching.
The underlying expectation. Yeah, I'm sure that they definitely would have loved for me to have been a lawyer or a doctor or one of those other fantastically high-paying jobs. And
were you on that path ever?
No, I was not. No, that doesn't interest me at all. Yeah. So, but I was on the entrepreneurial studies path, and that's what I went to school for, and yeah.
And you graduated college?
I did.
Where'd you go to college?
The Carlson School of Management at the U of M.
Damn, smart.
Not really. I was just trying to get through it. I was like, my parents really wanted me to have a degree, but I was like, I don't think that this like 5 levels of accounting or finance is really going to apply to, whatever, running a small business, because I don't do my own accounting. I pay Lou.
Yeah, but when I talk to you about things, even today, you text me and you're like, I have a 10% overage for this, and you're very exacting about things.
Is that what it seemed like?
Well, no, it didn't seem like pressure at all. What it seemed like was just that you have your shit together.
Is that what it seemed like today? I don't know.
Well,
I came into the kitchen just sweating and being like, "Hey Tim, sorry, there was an accident on 94."
Well,
Anyways.
But we play this game all the time, right? In the back, you're crazy, and you come out and you're all button up or ready to go.
Good. I'm still sweating. That's fine.
So you got done with college, and then what?
So yeah, it was interesting because while I was so I did post-secondary so that I only had to do 2 years of college. And then while I was in post-secondary, my mom and I started a bubble tea shop. And so it was
Where was the first one?
In Uptown on 26th and Hennepin.
Right in the corner.
Yeah, the Tea Garden. And so that was, thank you.
There's a lot of lives here we haven't talked about for you yet.
Yeah, so.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? You and your mom started?
Yeah, because
So she had her own business and then she said, hey, why don't we do something?
I was like, hey, Mom, because I don't know. I thought that it would be funny to be like, hey, we should really start a bubble tea shop. And she was like, fuck, all right, fine. If you think that's a good idea. It was kind of before bubble tea was too big here. And we had tried it in, I think, Dallas. And my friend was like, bubble tea is going to be the next wave. And so then we were like, all right, let's do this. So that was kind of my first go at kind of owning. I mean, I won't say that I was doing it completely by myself at all, but it was learning how to own and manage and whatever when I was 17. Yeah, I know. It was weird. So I'm going to school for entrepreneurial studies, and I'm also trying to run a business. So I slept a lot during class. It was pretty bad.
This is completely impressive. And I think that's kind of part of this I knew, in part I didn't. And how many did you end up having more than one tea garden?
There was, but that expansion was kind of when I stepped away, and then my brother came back from college and was like, hey, I'll take a crack at running the old tea shops. And so growth was a big thing for him. So yeah, he grew it into 5. And then and we obviously don't have it anymore. We
the
sold
bubble
it.
tea bubble burst.
It's still it's
hard.
amazing. It's still happening. But for us, it was I think we're done with this and time to move on to other things.
It's important to kind of know when it is time.
Exactly.
And it was cool, I think, when family gets together and works. People say, oh, don't work with people you love or whatever. But I honestly think that's way more enriching than anything else.
Totally.
So you're 17, you're a business owner and manager, and then you decided to step away from the tea part, and then fashion.
Yeah, so then there was a little unused space that we were renting out behind the tea garden that we didn't need for storage, and I was like, hey, let's make this into a clothing boutique that sells locally designed clothes. And yeah, so that was the next move, I guess. So that was called Design Collective.
Right.
And
how long did that go for?
Gosh, I think that it was somewhere between 5 to 7 years, and then I sold that.
You got to sell it?
I mean, for nothing. But yeah.
Obviously, internally, what you do has a value, emotional value, and time value.
Right.
Way beyond the actual fucking financial value of things.
Totally. I know. I needed something to be able to. And also, I just wanted it to keep continuing. And then so I sold it to some nice designers that were, that I had carried in my store, and they were interested in it. So I was like, they'll keep it alive and keep it going.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. And is that kind of when you thought food truck?
Yeah, exactly. So that was the reason that
Does it get any harder than the shit we try to do?
No.
I don't think it does.
I think that, with like Design Collective, I was like, oh man, I'm kind of tired of shop girl life and, sitting here so many hours a day. I really need something more stressful and time consuming that will, that will just, put me within like an inch of my life. I'm kidding. So then we were like, let's open a food truck. Yeah. Like that'll be fun.
Like the most exhaustive thing ever. I joke about trying, like I should have gotten into technology or I should have whatever, it doesn't really matter. Every type of work, if you really care about it, it's going to be hard in a way, because you're going to be trying.
Yeah. Okay, wait, can I interrupt really quick and just say, I see that the second course is dropping. Okay. Do not eat the sugar cane inside of the shrimp. Just pull it out, and then just eat the little lettuce wrap, and then you can chew on the sugar cane afterwards. But do not, I repeat, do not eat and swallow the sugar cane because, it's just really fibrous. You're not, I don't know. If you need the fiber, you can eat it, but it's not going to be easy.
I think you overcooked the sugar cane, actually.
Oh my God.
It's just tough.
But yeah, okay, sorry. I just wanted to throw that out there before somebody started choking or something.
Hey, let's rewind a little bit. I know that we had this first course oyster. Will you just tell us a little bit about what happened there, please?
Yeah, so those were they Moonrise oysters?
Moonrise.
I love those. They're so good. So Moonrise oysters. Beautifully shucked by the Mucci's team. Thank you. Shout out to them. They're so amazing. Thank you for, being so awesome. That's kind of oysters can allow. So there's, it's kind of like a Filipino ceviche preparation, but in an oyster as a shooter. So there's like the sauce for it is like this coconut milk and cane vinegar sauce that has a little ginger, a little fish sauce. There's some kind of Sassawan mignonette there, and then Serrano. What else was on there? There was like the whole kitchen sink. There's some shiso. There's some basil seed. Some
that's
chili
why we were late
oil.
with the first course, guys, because there was a lot.
Some chili oil. Too many touches. No. But yeah, and hopefully you guys liked it. I don't know.
It was great.
Hopefully it was good. I just.
And polpo bolito, a little bit of boiled octopus, super simple, little chili, little garlic, little lemon, little olive oil. It doesn't have to be that fancy all the time, does
so
it? Just
good.
simple and easy.
Simple is beautiful.
I don't know if it's simple or not.
Right.
Okay. This course, we might as well talk about it a little bit. We have the sugarcane shrimp. Just go ahead and explain it. I guess we're talking food. Let's do it while you're eating it.
Cool. So sugarcane shrimp. It's like a pretty classic Vietnamese kind of thing. That's like, it's. Sorry, my brain is wherever. Thank you. Thanks. So we take a bunch of shrimp and then make it into a mousse, and then I just like wrapped it around the sugarcane stick and, kind of molded it into whatever shape it was last night. Anyways, and then we steam them and then just kind of fry them a little bit to order so they get a little like crunchy, delicious. This used to be on our menu and it's not anymore and I miss it. But then we're doing it as a little lettuce wrap with some herbs and there's a little bit of this Vietnamese green sauce on there, some of our coconut chili crisp. And hopefully just kind of,
so
pick it up, eat it like a taco. Don't eat the sugar cane. Just don't do it. But you can chew on it afterwards and it'll taste really shrimpy and delicious. That's kind of like a fun, I don't know, that's a fun thing. But this was one of my childhood favorites.
The lettuce and kind of squeeze everything together, pull the sugar cane out.
Just do it. Just pull the cord out.
Hey, LK, if we could have the next course too, if you don't mind, that'd be lovely. I see you walking away.
I will not be eating in front of you guys anymore.
You won't?
No. I already tried it.
Okay.
I know it's good.
Well, I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat it.
Okay, I'll try yours.
Yeah. Well, and then we did a little burrata ravioli. Again, really simple, summertime. garlic chip, a little basil, a little garlic. What else did I put in there? It was good, simple. A little brown butter.
That's so good.
You know.
Sorry, I know you're not supposed to eat on the microphone.
What? That's fine. I don't give a shit. This is a live food eating podcast today.
Oh, God.
ASMR.
Oh, yeah. Nom, 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 nom.
Gang gang.
I have to be honest, I felt some pressure. People sometimes think I'm a chef. And I'm not. And I've been in enough kitchens and I've eaten enough stuff that I'm a professional taster. I'm really fucking good. Like I can break a dish down. I'm really fucking good at this, but I'm not a chef. So you had a tea garden of food related business, and then you started to jump into actual food stuff.
Yeah.
With a lot of experience?
With no experience.
With a mentor?
No.
with balls?
Probably some amount of balls.
Yeah. A lot of balls. I think I just...
Probably more stupidity than balls. I don't know. But also, I just think that, I don't know. I mean, with the food truck, we were starting really small. I was like, okay, you can make like 5 good things that don't suck, right? I mean, it's not like I cooked like before that just at home and whatever, but the tea garden definitely had nothing to do with kitchens. The most we ever made there at some point was starting like a sandwich program, and that was like, oh my God, sandwich program.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Add food to anything.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
complicates the
exactly.
scenario.
But there was not like much cooking involved there. But yeah, so I guess we were just like, all right, like just make like 5 things that you can't. Oh my God. Was that me? Is there a demon here? What's happening?
What is going on?
There's a
guys?
demon.
Play it.
Oh no.
I think you're okay. You're okay.
It's
We're
fine.
back.
Everything's
We're
fine.
back on Niver Niver Land.
Oh,
Where
God.
were we?
They're just gonna turn my mic off now. They're like, you're done. But yeah, so no previous food jobs other than like being a server. And yeah, no kitchen
Where
experience.
did you serve?
Oh God. Well, my first job was, okay, when I was 14, I started hosting at this Chinese buffet restaurant called the Peking Garden in St. Paul.
Is that even legal?
No, I don't know if it was. But I think it was okay to host. And then one day, like shortly after I started, a server walked out, and then Ian, the owner, was like, hey, you're a server now. If anybody asks you how old you are, you're 16. And I was like, okay. I made a lot more money that way.
Absolutely.
So I was addicted to the hustle. I was like, all right, cool. So then, there I was, the glamorous job of like being a buffet server and picking up chicken bones. It was awesome.
Did you get your taste for money there?
Yeah. And
Was
then
that it?
and then
Was that
after
really
that, that was it. Yeah. I was like, oh hell yeah. I mean, when you're like 14 and you're making some server money, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was like, just, hey,
Absolutely.
when I was hanging out with friends, I'd be like, what do you need? I got this.
Did your folks let you spend the money?
Yeah.
They were just like,
yeah, they were like, good. I don't have to give you allowance anymore. This is
good,
great.
Were you good at keeping that together?
I think so. Yeah.
Have you always been a saver?
I've been a saver and a spender, but luckily,
you can do both.
Luckily, I don't spend more than I save.
Okay, so I want to go back to this chef thing because you just went out and bought a fucking truck. Is that what happened?
Kind
You went
of.
out and bought a fucking truck and like, okay, I'm gonna cook in it.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, it wasn't exactly like that, but sort of. Well, it started with like a G&K truck that had nothing in it, and like Burke and Burke, my husband, shout out to Burke, other owner of Hola and Hi, just beautifully and quietly sitting there. Thank you. But yeah, so then we outfitted the truck like just, you know, it was at the beginning. So I feel like it was kind of like the Wild West. And they were like, all right, I guess as long as you're like, you know, meeting all these like food code standards, it was like, I don't know. We were on the phone with like Ryan Crick, our health inspector, like every day being like, so like, is this okay? And he's like, please stop calling me. Yeah, it's fine. Like until you just like wear them down.
If you bug them enough, they'll just leave you alone.
They're like, it's fine. Yeah, it seems fine to me. So smart. I don't know. I don't know if you can do stuff like that anymore, but it was a wild time. And yeah, so that, and then just figuring out the commissary kitchen thing. I mean, of course, before all that, we like, you know, perfected some recipes at home, fed them to people, made sure they didn't hate them, and got feedback. Not much. I don't know. Yeah.
What year was that?
2011.
So that's when the food truck thing was just starting to pop, right? Do you think you
Yeah,
got
I
ahead of the
think-
curve? Do you think you were with the curve?
We were like kind of like the second generation of food trucks where like I think that the first ones had started like the fall before, and then we came out kicking like the next summer.
Let them make some mistakes, watch what they do wrong. Right. I mean, that's really it.
Yeah,
right? Like,
more like we just really couldn't get our shit together in time. But yeah, it was
and you redid the whole
it was
truck.
crazy. Yeah.
And then, I have no idea. Is it okay that I ask what a food truck can generate
Oh,
revenue-wise?
God, I don't know. I mean,
You don't have to answer that question. I have no fucking clue. Like, I have no idea.
I mean, I think that it just depends on, I don't know. It depends how much you're open, how much you're working and stuff. I mean,
did you have a plan for that though? Were you like, we're gonna be here, we're gonna be like 4 days a week?
oh yeah. Well, and because for us it was like very seasonal, we had to make sure to like make all of our money like during the season, which is, you know, with Minnesota winters kind of short. It's like May through the end of October for us. So we were like just doing as much as we could, and we'd be working lunch services and then usually try to pick something up in the evening. Otherwise we were like prepping in the evening, or doing some brewery or some, you know, events. On the weekends, we do like farmers markets. I had to wake up at 4 a.m. We had to wake up at 4 a.m. It was gross. I didn't like it. And sometimes it would be like 4 a.m. and then you'd be like, okay. And then afterwards we have some event afterwards. So it would be like this insane, like 4 a.m. to midnight kind of day. And I don't have that energy anymore in my life. So I'm glad that I'm not doing that. But we kind of had to work like double what you would just to make sure that we, you know, had enough money to like not work for a few months. And then we got to travel during that time, which was great.
So it worked.
It kind of worked. It kind of worked, but also
it
like
worked.
It worked.
You had money, you went traveling.
Yeah.
You worked seasonally, you did some shit, you saw the world.
Yes.
It worked.
Yeah.
That worked. That
it
is
worked.
a grand result.
It was, yeah, it worked well. And it gave, I mean, I think that it gave us enough of a track record that somebody would like later, you know, be like, okay, I'm a bank and yes, I will give you a loan for the restaurant you want to start, which was, you know, kind of the goal in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How long did it take? Because we've seen some of this, a bunch of this food truck to brick and mortar, but
yeah.
Man, transitions, like, I mean, it's different when you're serving out a truck for $12 or whatever, and then somebody's coming in the same shits, like a different price, and
totally,
like that's a completely different mentality.
Right.
So when did you think you were ready?
Well, we finally opened our restaurant 3 years later, but I feel like for, you know, after 2 years, we were like looking for a space, but we just wanted to find like the perfect space for Hola, which meant like somewhere where we could serve liquor, because obviously Burke has an amazing cocktail bartending background.
He's a total soak. He just loves drinking.
Which is how I know you, of course, when Burke was bartending for you guys at Town Talk, and the beginning of our long relationship together.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was that. And
you got it freaking up and running.
Yeah.
I remember that was, it must have been 2016, 16.
For the restaurant, it was like 2014.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oski left. I was just kind of putting it in Yeah, you guys fucked me. You took
No,
Oski.
I didn't. We didn't fuck you. No,
You took
no,
Oski
no.
and
That didn't
and then
happen.
you had to go open
Fuck.
up a fucking huge ass distillery.
Oh no.
I mean,
If it makes you feel better, I feel like Oski fucked us later too, so it's fine. I feel like, you know, it's like the circle of fucking. Like it keeps happening, and like, you know, so it all works itself out. It all comes out in the wash.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
and
for that.
No, that's fine. To fuck, you need to be a fucker, and he is one.
Oh no.
I wish he was here.
I hope he listens to this later.
I said. I would have just done. He kind of got fired one night from the strip club too.
Oh.
We got in a fight.
Oh no.
Yeah, me and Oski got in a total fight. We were hollering at each other. He told me I needed to help him a little bit more.
Thank you.
And I said, dude, you need to stop talking to Gus, man. I'm doing everything. We got in a fight. But it was really worth it because we were able to like bring it back together.
Yeah,
I just don't see like, you know, things can break down sometimes, but
yeah,
you got to be able to keep it together,
Totally.
especially with people like that you love.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Hola Arepa. Hola
Yeah.
Arepa, you open it. Mm-hmm. And you had like an amazing staff. You did like little things to the building, but it was so freaking cute. I don't know, like, and then the bar program just kind of blew up,
Yeah,
and that place is still rolling.
it is. It's almost 10 years.
Oh my God.
Isn't that wild? I know. That's crazy.
It's a fucking lifetime. It's a
Yeah.
whole restaurant lifetime.
Yeah, when we signed
know
the
this.
lease, I did not think that. I was like, I don't know if we're going to make it to 10 years, but we're going to try.
Yeah. I have not owned a restaurant that's been open more than 10 years.
Well,
It's
you
just the way
own
it
some of
is.
the most memorable restaurants,
thank you.
and yeah, best
Thank you so much.
best in class.
Thank you,
For real.
Michelle.
I would say that the hospitality that I got from you at Town Talk and the strip club was definitely part of what inspired, you know, me and Burke to like want to open restaurants and to actually take it to that restaurant level rather than just a food truck, because I don't know, your hospitality was so on point, and I think that gave me like a really big passion for wanting to be in the industry, because like I didn't love my industry. I didn't love the fashion industry because
sorry.
it was like, you know,
I apologize for that.
no, I mean everybody was so nice, but also it was like, you know, it's fashion and I'm not fashion. I'm definitely more I don't know, hospitality, heart and soul than high fashion. I don't know.
Well, I think you're a little bit of both, if I'm being honest.
Thank you. But yeah, you are a huge inspiration.
Thanks.
So I'm
that's
gonna
really awesome to me.
just put that out there.
I've been here a lot of years now, you know, like doing the same stuff, and I love the restaurant noises.
Something's frying real
Some
hard.
more stuff frying.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, it just, you know, like the jump that you took, you know, to open a restaurant was like twice as many items. You come out of this food truck world. You just parked the truck, kind of, didn't you, after that?
We kind of still did some catering, but then, yeah, after a while we were like, there's just no way that we can do both, because it was
the hustle's too hard there.
Yeah, and all of it, like, you know, just like with the patio, everything got really busy in the summer, and that was also the time that people wanted catering, and it's like you can't, like, you know, just triple your staff and then go back down to nothing in the winter. So it just didn't make sense for us.
Really hard.
Yeah.
But you're
so-
balancing and you're busy, and that was like ultimately your cue to park the truck a little bit. Mm-hmm. Is that when you felt like, oh fuck, I can do this? It's working.
Yeah. And also, I mean, with a restaurant and a truck, you're like, okay, there's one that I can sell alcohol at, and that's like where the margins are,
Yeah.
you know. So, I mean, easy,
Yeah, but it
easy
is a
decision.
business.
Yeah.
People don't like it when restaurateurs make money.
Oh yeah.
I
They hate
swear.
it. They hate
They're like,
it.
oh, that place is a gold mine. Like, it's not a gold mine, man. You know,
I still have to mine it. Yeah, exactly.
It's like that pickaxe. It's like, okay, well, I might find it one day.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. You have to.
It's just way harder than anybody would anticipate, and I just admire people who try to like get into this. I want to go back to the size of your balls because the size of your balls are big. Because to make that leap from the truck and then to do Hola, when did you know that you were ready to do another place?
Oh gosh.
Like how long?
I don't know. I think I guess we opened Hi in 2017. So it was 3 years of having Hola, and where we finally felt like, okay, we have an amazing team who, knows what they're doing. They got it under control. And we actually thought that we were going to open another Hola. And then after we saw this space, the Hi space, which used to be the Deuce strip club, whatever. Yeah. Okay. We got one Deuce Peter.
Done that.
I love it. But yeah, I mean, so then then it was like, oh my gosh. And we were kind of joking around playing names. And we were like, is it the Dose? And then it was like, or is it Hi? And because that's 2 in Vietnamese. And we had done I guess at that point, we had done some little pop-ups of the, Vietnamese food or Southeast Asian food, because after you're cooking something for a while, like Latin food, which is delicious, you're also like, I want to cook some other things. So then for some events, I'd be trying out some Southeast Asian dishes, and people were loving them. And then I was like, all right, it might be time to do this.
So how are you developing yourself in this, culinarily during this time? How are you fucking learning about it all? I mean, how do you make everything? I'm down there struggling with pot. I've been in the business for years. I'm Italian, whatever. But I can still have a hard time with pasta. Pasta's moody, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you get the skill and then feel like you could go do more?
I feel like it's just it's just repetition and experience. I don't know. There's no secret sauce. I mean, obviously there's creativity too, where you get to play around, use some inspiration, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like it was just, if we hadn't started as a food truck and had to do every single thing, over and over and over every day by ourselves and just make those little tweaks, that's just where it comes from. It's just over and over all day long.
So Chris, Chef Chris here, who's amazing. He's not here tonight, unfortunately. But Chef Mary's back there. But anyway, Chef Chris, he makes these dough skits, and they're the biggest, fattest, craziest donuts, and they're amazing, and they're kind of his in a way. He didn't invent them, but he does them, and time after time, I'd come in week after week, month after month. He's like, I think I got it right this time. Mm-hmm. I think I got it right this time. And it was never a matter of having one thing perfect. It was always about the moment to make it perfect. And,
yeah, absolutely.
Right? So when did you think of yourself as a chef? Really?
Oh gosh. I definitely didn't until early in the Hola days. You can actually probably find some of these articles. It's pretty awesome, where people would, I don't know, just be like, oh, it's Dan Oskey and Burke and business partner Christina and whatever. And then people would I know, and then they'd call him the chef. And I wasn't really interested in titles at that time, because I was like, I'm not a chef, I'm just making food, and I'm just coming up with some recipes and doing whatever, but that doesn't really make you a chef, right? And
I don't know. I guess that's kind of the question. I feel like you like some people want you to go to school and then you have a certain amount of technical knowledge, and then yes.
Thank you. Ooh,
so nice.
Cute. They're trying to get us liquored up so we say weird shit.
I hope we do.
We might.
I hope we do.
If we haven't yet. If we haven't yet.
Sorry.
Sorry, where were we?
I think I was trying to just press on this moment where you knew you had the skill to be a chef? Because I've been, like I say, I've been doing this forever, and I was still humbled by the fact that people were going to come here and eat food that I made, and it might suck. And I'm not a chef, but I wanted to like kind of put it out there, like, okay, you have no idea if you try to cook for a party of 10 at your house, or whatever, the pressure, the time.
Yeah.
And it made me realize, I'm down there trying to work out the pasta, work it out. It made me realize how special you all are, right? And that your skill is accrued and practiced, and there's just no way to not work into it. It's not a day where it happens, but there's a point where you got to see yourself and be like, I can fucking do that.
Right.
I can fucking do that. I can do that. I can do that. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. I got it.
Right.
When did you know?
I don't know. I still don't know. I don't know.
You're a chef. You're
but
like
the only time when I was like, well, I think I'll take that title is when they tried to give it to somebody else. When they tried to give it to Burke, and I was like, fuck no. I'm like, and I'm like, I'm not a chef, but he certainly isn't. And then I was like, well, shit, there's got to be one, I guess. So like, I guess that's me, because they're my recipes, and whatever. I don't know. So that's like, it's hard. A lot of imposter syndrome, a lot of weirdness, a lot of whatever. I don't know. It's all hard.
It's really
weird.
Hard. It's really hard. The amount of strength that it takes for a person to kind of put themselves on a plate in front of others is just like any other expression.
Yeah.
And you have to make the expression. Whether I got that ravioli good for you or not, I touched it with my hands. I made it for you.
Absolutely.
Right? So, like, I'm no chef, but still there's heart and soul that goes into it.
It hurts every time that you, like, that it's not perfect.
It hurts every time.
It hurts every time. Or if somebody's like, oh, this thing, and you're like, ugh. Like, I know I didn't even touch that dish, but it still hurts.
Do you have a second cuisine?
Do I have a second cuisine?
Yeah, a third cuisine. Do you have, like, is there something else you like to cook? Do you have passion for Italian food, and you're like into it, and you know how to make pasta, and you know how to do this and that?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a lot of things that I like to make, like at home.
Yeah, no, that's.
I was like, are you talking about another restaurant? Because I don't know about that, but
more like, because once you
totally.
have your role with your cuisine, and you have your role with. And your confidence with being a chef.
Now that you're tired of making Latin and Southeast Asian food.
What
I'm kidding. What do you make at home?
Yes.
Right.
And how are you developing yourself as a chef? And I'm not saying that you have to.
No, yeah.
And you are a chef. But it is also, does Eric Repair only cook French style seafood?
I hope not.
I hope not. So, like, that dude must just kick ass in another scenario.
And I feel like when you make like certain foods like a lot, then you're like, I want to make something else when I'm not around the restaurants. So I love to cook a lot of like Indian food, a lot of like Middle Eastern food, like obviously like Sameh Wadi, one of my best friends. He like really inspires me because I love those flavors, and I'm like, it's just like such a fun way to eat too. So I love eating a lot of like fresh, like, I don't know, Mediterranean, Palestinian kind of food, and making that. Yeah. I don't know. There's just
big
like
poppy
I make
flavors
and I make a lot of like trash food too. I just love, like, if we're having friends over, I'm like, I want to make something trashy, like smash burgers that are like really just greasy and gross and fun. I don't know. I love trash panda food too. So
me too. Who doesn't?
Yeah, I know exactly.
So let me. I'm not sure how to approach this, but I want to approach it a little bit because I mean I think there was a point in time, even when I was like, even personally, I was like, wow, Christina's getting a lot of buzz. Like, is she really a chef? Like I haven't even like eaten her food, like, and I can't judge. I didn't.
Right.
Did a lot of people like give you shit because you were like self-taught, came up a different way, didn't have a restaurant relationship before? Did anybody like give you shit? How about when you got a beard nom? Anybody give you shit for that?
I'm sure. I try not to. Thank you. I don't know.
Yeah.
I try not to read the comments. It gets gross.
Well, I mean, it is gross, but also it's kind of like, people can question whatever anybody else does, and this is like the worst time ever.
Right.
You can say something that's a fact, and people will be like, nah,
Yeah.
definitely not a fact.
Uh-huh.
But, I just think, Christina, I want to talk about the fact that you have arrived as a complete and utter badass chef, that you don't need to have another cuisine or do anything else. You have these two beautiful, successful places, and you have absolutely arrived. So nobody should ever question that. In fact, I don't think anybody has. But I wanted to...
Oh, they have.
Okay.
Don't worry, they have.
Same, and I know he's your buddy. I had the occasion to spend a few moments with them. Anyway, I had a few occasion to spend a little time with them over dinner, and we were talking about who Same thought was some of the best chefs in town. He's like, top 5? I'm like, well, okay, and I'm not going to name the whole top 5, but you were in it. You were like close to the top.
Oh.
And so he has,
who do I have to beat? No, I'm just kidding. It's because I paid him to say that.
But if you look at somebody like Same, who's been cooking all his life.
Yeah.
But then, like he can come to you, like you guys can hang out and know each other, and he can look at you and be like, you have this. That's really big for me. And I kind of like ranks. I kind of like ranking. I kind of want to know, like there is a best. There is a best. It's okay. What do you strive to if you're not striving to be the best?
I mean, there's a lot of other things to strive to, right?
Completely disagree. Anyway, so
feeding people, making a space that people
the top, like it's more like that. You're continuing to arrive at an excellent part of your skill, and that you keep going and keep learning it.
I try to stay curious, and I don't know. I'm definitely not the best, and I don't know if I try to be the best at all. Sorry, that sounds terrible.
Somebody would see
but
that
I mean,
way.
I want to do well. I want to do well, and I want to be good at whatever I do. But I'm not trying to be the best. And oh fuck, I feel like I'm just talking.
No, you're doing great. So, how did you develop your palate? Was it like familial? Were you guys eating a lot of stuff because it was like that little oyster and all those things? Like
I eat a lot of food. I don't know. It's like my hobby is like eating.
So you just spend.
It's not a healthy hobby to have, but I just like to eat a lot of food.
So in terms of travel and food, tell me where your favorite meal was overseas and why.
Oh my God, I don't. Oh, that's too hard. There's
really?
Too many good ones.
So just share a memory. So
Okay. I don't know. I love going to San Sebastian and eating delicious pinchos and tasty Spanish food. So good. I don't know. I love going to Vietnam and eating street food there because it's just like the fucking best. Obviously not biased because I'm Vietnamese, but it's just like so fun and joyful and cheap. And yeah, I eat until I'm sick there.
So there's some correlation between Basque and Japan and some Asian foods that I see. It's like really beautifully presented, and it's not all rustic. Like the Spaniards really put a ton of effort into the beauty of those little bites.
Oh yeah, but they're rustic and beautiful, and that's what I love about it. Is just they're not overly precious, and they're cheap, and I love
and
that
abundant.
You can and abundant, and yeah, I think
Why
that.
didn't the tapas thing ever take off? Where you'd walk into a long bar here and have
right.
Why does that take off here?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out. That was actually hilariously enough, that was before we even started the food truck. Burke and I wanted to start a pinchos restaurant, a Spanish pinchos tapas sort of spot, but not the tapas. I feel like there were some tapas spots here that were open.
Solera?
Yeah, Solera. There was was it called La Bodega or something? There were some spots, and they'd like, you know, do great little tapas. I don't know why it didn't catch on here, but I feel like in Spain, like the culture is just different, where people like kind of bar hop and they eat like their favorite tapas or like pinchos from each place, and then they like go on, move on to the next one. Yeah, exactly. They walk. Can you imagine that?
From zona to zona.
Yeah, I drive like 1 minute, and I'm like, oh, that seems
it hard
far.
to kind of explore
Right.
and build a food culture.
Yeah, I know. I don't, but I mean, yeah. So it's not like, it's just a different context. I don't know, but I feel like, you know, like Estelle does like a great job with some pinchos there that are super delicious.
Is one of my favorite parts of their menu for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, when I get nostalgic, I just eat that.
So then, Hi came around. You bought the building. When did you open Hi?
In I think it was November 2017. Yeah.
So 2 years of business, and then COVID hits.
Yeah.
You guys obviously made it. Was it busy for you in that time?
No.
Did you get to enjoy? Oh.
No, I mean, well, busy personally, yes, but busy business-wise, like.
Did you do everything? Did you?
It was just like, it was a stressful time. I'm like, I don't want to relive those dark memories right now.
Yeah, no, but it also defines how we are
crazy.
now. You know, like the things that we try to do to keep everything moving.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like the detritus of COVID is kind of I'm a little nervous to not keep changing a little bit, or to keep invigorating things, because I feel like I have to keep changing, because we were just trying to stay interested.
Right.
For years. Like
totally.
For years. It was years.
Yeah, it was.
And so I felt like I was just had my foot on the creative thing. Like, we need to keep doing stuff and keep engaging.
Yeah. It was a very creative time, but like stressful creative. I feel like some of the most interesting things that we did came out of that time, but it was like, it hurt a little bit to do it.
We, there was a night, the response, especially initially, was immense. And it was really amazing. I just, while it's over, I still feel like there's still some hangover. You feel that in Northeast?
Oh, I'm very COVID hungover still. Yeah.
And how are you going to deal with it? Do you feel like people have changed too much? Or do you feel like employees have changed too much? Or do you feel like...
I think
you don't have to say anything.
I think that a lot has changed. I mean, yeah, just the way that people eat has changed a lot, because...
Eat less?
I mean, people go out less, I think, after COVID. And also like go to bed earlier, which is like fine and great, but it's just like, it's just different, you know? Because for a while during COVID, it's like after 8 o'clock, it was a ghost town. And I feel
people love that shit. Other people love that shit. They get to hang out.
Right. And it's like now, and now just getting it even back to like 10 p.m. It's like, wow. But I don't know. So it's just like lifestyle has changed. People's mindset has changed. Everything's different. I don't know. Having a restaurant is just harder because everything's so expensive now. Like, people who are not running restaurants have no idea how expensive everything is. So it's just like harder to, I don't know. It's just harder to make money.
Absolutely harder.
Harder to make a profit.
To keep it alive.
Yeah.
Making a profit
right.
is awesome. Keeping things alive is where I know a lot of us are right now. And
right.
Well, I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to dwell on it.
We're going to talk about something happier than COVID.
I actually am the happiest I've been. I don't remember being this happy.
I love that.
And it's
I'm happy for you.
Thanks. Yeah, it's partly because I took a little bit of control of who I am and what I want. It's partly because I've matured emotionally into this age of mine, and I can see what I'm grateful for. I'm also grateful for some of the stuff that went on in COVID because it helped me clarify. It helped me kind of wade through some of the bullshit I was dealing with. And I think a lot of people cleared out their carburetors and just said, I'm going to get rid of this bullshit in my life.
I would agree with that. I think that like the momentum of life, like pre-COVID, was just like something that had gone undisturbed for so long.
Nobody considered anything.
Yeah. Where then all of a sudden something like that happens and you really have to like stop and take account and do an inventory on your life and figure out, you know, what matters. And
I want to know what I'm getting back.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
I don't care. It's not really money.
Right.
I'm actually having a hard, like not a hard time, like making less than I've ever made for a long time right now. And it's okay to talk about it, to have a hard moment where things are in flux or whatever.
Yeah.
But it doesn't equate to my happiness. And I don't know that I ever really knew that until I was kind of like, oh, like, I'm fine. Everything's fine. But, you know, we have to think about it more to like make every penny count. Mm-hmm. You know, like, you know, but I'm still, it doesn't matter as much because I'm still able to do it. That we're still able to be here to entertain people. We're just very fortunate to be able to have a platform like this, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what's next for you though? Like you're here. Do you want to open another restaurant?
Let's see. I think that like before
I do not. Right now I do not.
I mean, want to is another thing. Then I don't know. No. Like, is it a good idea? I don't know. Probably not. But do I want to? Maybe. But I don't know. We'll see. That's a good question. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not a good time to open a restaurant if you ask me.
Oh.
It's not a good time. So, yeah. But
Thanks
also,
for saying it like that. Because I just, I want
it doesn't mean that people don't make
on-
bad decisions, though, right? I don't know. We'll see. Right now, no
Bad
restaurants
decisions.
in the right now, but it's like, I don't know, maybe someday or maybe something else. I don't know.
I had Rob Jones on the podcast.
Woo, he's right
Rob
there.
Jones.
What's up, Rob Jones?
He's eating.
Ow.
Just a minute. And I asked him, you know, you want to do it again? He's like, not in Minneapolis. I'm sorry to repeat that.
Ooh.
But it's true, right?
Shots fired, Minneapolis.
And then,
you know you're insane right now, Minneapolis.
Well, why do you say that?
Oh no, don't get me started.
It's great. Well, because
Don't get
I
me
think.
started.
All right, I gotta tell you a couple things. You know, licensing fees are going up. The minimum wage is going up, and I'm for a livable wage.
Right, yeah.
I pay everybody. Everybody here is well over. Not well over, but over $20 an hour.
Yeah.
And 4 years ago, we were at 16, 17, 18 for
Right.
some similar positions. I don't know how to accept all of that change. Number one. The market determined it. It's way ahead of their curve anyway, and things are screwy.
Yeah.
Inflation's hard. You know, like I don't even know what I'd say to an investor now. I'm not trying to be like sodden or like it's just reality. Like how do you?
What would you
sell?
say to an investor? Can I take your money and burn it? I don't know. Is that
It's
what you
really,
say?
really-
You're like,
Kind
can I
of.
throw it in a hole and
did
maybe
people
we'll
think
find
of a
it?
restaurant
Maybe we won't.
being a good investment before?
I don't know. I think that, yeah, no.
No, it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, well, we don't have investors and I don't know about luckily, but like, yeah,
No,
just
that's very, very lucky. Also, I have the best investor.
which is great because I feel like that's
It's
a lot of pressure.
so important. And I just want to be able to go to somebody with an idea and say, this can really work.
Yeah.
And I know I've been in this industry for 30 years and I know I can make this work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really hard to say anything like that. There's maybe 5, 6 people in town that could walk into a joint and be like, boom, and I go, I trust them.
Right.
I don't know about after that. It's really hard.
Right.
So how do we keep people wanting to do what we do if it's so freaking hard and the deck becomes stacked against us?
I mean, that's a question, right?
It is the question.
I don't know. I mean, I think that as far as like restaurants opening, there will always be like another, a new I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a new
Concept
generation,
idea. Yes.
a new generation of like restaurateurs wanting to open restaurants and whatever. But I feel like, for people who have been there like before COVID and then afterwards and just seeing how different it is, it's like, yeah, I mean, it throws you off a little bit, right?
So if I'm looking at things, if I'm a restaurateur, right, and I'm looking at somebody who says to me, I want to open a restaurant, I'm like, okay, first thing, labor. How do you handle that shit? And what can you do to keep it in control? Because food becomes the easiest thing now to control. Liquor becomes one of the easier things now to control.
Yeah.
But you honestly have to charge more.
Right,
Because
right.
it's more expensive coming in.
I think that's the main question is like, are people getting sticker shock right now with inflation and the rising costs of everything? Like, we can't just eat it, And it's like, so then after COVID, for the first time, you're seeing like, these ma and pa shops like on Nicollet, like Vietnamese restaurants, like raise their prices by like 50%, which they probably should have been higher to begin with. But then it's, so people are like, whoa.
Becomes different.
Yeah. And everybody has to, because that's just what it is now. But I don't know. Do people want to like spend that money on restaurants? Are they going to go out less? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think we're still trying to figure out how it lands here. And the restaurant world has to be definitely like connected to the reality of what's happening. And so if we're going to get into the business part of this just a little bit, it's really about how you're connecting and making sure your business plan is set up beforehand with really current ideas of taxes and labor costs and what sick pay means, and the Family Care Act is going to come, and what your yearly changes are going to be from a cost scenario with 2 more years. It's 2 more years in St. Paul, 1 more year of minimum wage raises. And I feel like small businesses are asked to cover the weight of some of the societal disparity. And I really, some businesses can handle it, but a small business and in our industry, we really are like. So if I was going to say to somebody, you just got to make sure that your plan is as tight as possible. But then when you open the door, what happens?
Oh, God. I mean, yeah, that's the thing is like you can have your plan, but then everything just goes out the window. And I don't know. I mean, like, we use a lot of Southeast Asian ingredients at Hi, for example, like, and all of those went up so much during COVID because of, yeah, I mean, they got to get here. And it's like rice, like double, triple the price. It was insane. Yeah. And it's like nobody expected that. And we're just like, okay, it'll go back down. Meanwhile, we're just like eating the cost of that. But I don't know. You just never know what'll happen. And I feel like right now is a really fun, predictable time to do anything because you're like, oh no, who knows? Do you
do the administrative fee thing at Hi and Hola Arepa?
We do a service charge in lieu of tipping, and then we distribute it to the staff.
I feel like we're almost kind of being pushed into having to have that system to make it work for the restaurant. And whether it's a percentage point or 2, or how you train, or how you have people like within your system,
right?
Without kind of controlling that 15 to 20%, it's really, really hard to make things go. But as an industry, we've been giving our public so many mixed messages. One place does this, one place does that. There's no real standard for the industry that you could look at me and count on me to provide for you. And we've not come together as an industry and said, here's kind of blanket what we should do. And I feel like we really need to kind of get our shit together so that we're not giving these mixed messages to the public.
Right.
But it is a matter of just trying to cover your ass.
Yeah. I mean, it is tough because, it is like every single place could do something different with, with that system, right? But I don't know. I think that it's just about making sure that like you're doing what you feel is the right thing and what keeps your employees and staff happy and around.
Yes.
I don't know. It was really hard doing that and moving away from tipping, but also it was like this feels like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, just
I don't know
because
either.
otherwise I feel like for us at least, just the disparity between like back and front of house was just growing and growing because, with minimum wage like rising
Jumping.
and then if only a certain, small number of people have control of all the tips, then, then like how do you'd really have to, I don't know.
Yeah, no, but that's what it is. I like the nitty gritty. I like talking about the nitty gritty of the business.
This is such a hot button topic that I don't want to get canceled though.
Well,
So
but
like,
also
just-
people need to understand our reality. Like I'm not trying to like carry on with some bullshit bitching about how I got it so freaking tough. That's not it.
right.
We can be here to talk about what our challenges are and
Yeah.
and let people understand that.
Right.
Like why do
absolutely.
we have to hide the fact that it's so hard to do that? I don't understand that. I'm not trying to be. I'm a happy guy.
Yeah.
I'm a happy guy. I love what I fucking do.
Yes.
I love what I do. I cry about it.
Yeah.
Like I want to do this. I want to make you happy. Mm-hmm. But
But
I got to be able to do it.
yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
just culturally, I just don't want things to change. And mostly, I think the conversation that I'm trying to get to is that we have to find people and make sure that the new folks that are coming in with the money, they're not exhausted money, right? Mm-hmm. That they are planning appropriately for what this industry is giving them so that they can go do it.
yeah.
We need this to be a small business scenario. I don't want to go. I don't want to always go to somewhere big and corporate, but we can't go to a little bookstore anymore either as much. Those
Right.
things just disappear. So I want to make sure that we're talking about it so that people understand how important it is
Absolutely.
to keep going to your favorite place because they need you.
100%.
They need you, and there's. I want another restaurant heyday to happen. And I've talked about it like having happened and like this weird roller coaster. I want another one to happen. And I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know what the next
does it
restaurant
happen
revolution
now, right?
looks like.
Yeah.
Because you still have to be able to justify what you're doing. You just have to be able to do it. So there's just no way for $60 that you can walk into a joint and have two very handsome, beautiful people talk to you and get 4 courses worth of food.
I would agree with
It's such
that.
a value.
Right? I feel like that
It's
was
such a
deal.
value.
Yeah.
The idea here is really to bring people together. Niver Niver Land has been a lovely kind of like even overwhelming gift because it's given me so much more confidence. You might not see it, like I want to hide sometimes or whatever, but this little thing, this little podcast, I wanted to maybe just inspire one person to like keep on their journey, but to understand what the fucking journey is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like go, but understand what it's about.
yeah.
And it's important to just have your shit together from the beginning. Do you like partnering with your partner?
Very much. I mean,
I do too.
yeah. Yeah.
It's really hard though because she's here and runs the joint,
right.
and I don't do things like her.
Yeah, I mean,
At all.
It's a lot of things, right? It's like it's great and it's difficult, but it's fantastic, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And Burke's fantastic, so I don't know. You're
Oh,
pretty
damn,
nice.
don't-
You're pretty
guys.
nice. I don't know.
I can feel like the sex happening there for a second. Guys. Just hold up a minute.
Oh my God.
No. Oh,
He puts up with me. I
I'm
don't
also
know.
seeing that you had involtini and you had a taco and we didn't talk about it at all.
We didn't taco about it?
Talk
Sorry.
about it.
Sorry.
Involtini's a little mini kind of braccioli thing. I had an idea that I wanted to do something pork and that it'd be barbecue and then it'd have bacon and some greens and white beans. And then when I thought about this show a month and a half ago, I'm like, wow, yeah, we should do summer shit. Well, it's almost fall.
No, it's not.
It's right. Yeah, we'll stop. But I want to do like cherry and peach and a little bit of barbecue, like nice and sweet. So that's what we did. And then Burke made a cocktail. What's the name again?
Postcards from Palawan.
Postcards from Palawan.
Yeah.
Mezcal, tequila, tamarind, pineapple, lime. Really good. Yeah.
Thai chili.
Thai chili spice.
Why didn't I get one of those? I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I can't drink anymore. I haven't. Oh no. Oh.
I thought you meant the Involtini.
That too. I hope you saved me one.
I'm sure there's an Involtini.
All right, fine.
And then what did we have next to that? You owe a little Malaysian chicken taco.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. I feel like Malaysian fried chicken is one of those delicious things that's like probably too labor intensive and ingredient expensive to put on the menu because it's just like so much work. But anyways, hopefully it was delicious. I don't know. Yeah, thank you.
I'm sure it was delicious. I didn't. What?
Nothing.
I didn't. Did you forget something?
Fuck.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, it's so hard.
There were curry leaves that were supposed to be on top of that, and I totally fucking forgot to put them on. You guys, they were so good, and I am so sorry. Fuck. This is what happens.
I know.
I shouldn't have told you that.
So hard. No. I think it's cool that we admit it. I was fucking around with those raviolis. I'm like, we need to cook these off before she gets here. I don't want these fucking bursting in front of her. And I need to know how many are going to last.
Fuck.
No, I mean, it's really, really hard. This is hard, guys.
I feel like
Andrew
so it's one
Kraft.
it's one of those things where like if you're doing like this kind of
Andrew, don't leave.
Usually when I'm doing this kind of event, I'm like in the kitchen. I'm not like gonna be out here. So I was like beforehand, like, okay, this is how you make it, da, da, da. And then I was like, I brought the curry leaves here. They just didn't make it. They didn't make it on the plate. If this was Top Chef, I'd be out.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. This shit's really hard. You're done.
I'm gone.
And we can fake only so much.
Yeah, but it was still good. I think. Hopefully, it was still good.
Well, it's also
or
part of that.
Would have been better if there was curry leaves. Sorry. Shit.
I didn't get one anyway.
All right.
So
well, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's getting a handful of curry leaves to bring home.
Don't leave until you get your leaf.
Don't leave. I'm gonna put a curry leaf on everybody's tongue before they go. It's like
also with you.
Blessing.
And also with.
All right. Well, sorry.
So you like working with Burke? That's fine. Philanthropy. You're very philanthropic, aren't you?
I
events.
try to be. Yeah. It's like kind of the best part of, not the best part, but one of the best parts of the job is like being able to, I don't know, make money for cool shit using your meager skills.
Wow.
And showing up to rich people's homes and like cooking dinner, I don't know, and raising money for kids. I think it's great.
No, it is great. It really is. I think there's a lot of expectation on our industry to do that for folks, but obviously we're the ones that we really fucking care, and so
yeah,
it's really nice to be able to put it out there in a way that, you know, puts that love on the plate and gets it to people. And so for you,
yeah,
philanthropically, what's like the most important thing you try to do? Is there a yearly thing that it's like really like, because we did this I'm gonna say it was was it pro-choice?
Yes, yeah, pro-choice potluck.
Okay, that's what it's called. I just want to say,
yeah,
and it was really cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you so much for being a part of it. That was awesome, and obviously polarizing, but also I'm like, this is, this, I mean, I got trolled a lot, but that's okay because I don't fuck them.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We have been asked as an industry to kind of like show our colors and make sure that people know who we are so that they can visit us. In a lot of ways, it does complicate the scenario.
Yeah.
But it is also important to take a stand and do what you do because you believe in it. Because what else is there?
I think so. I mean, I think that like last year when, things were going on with, with just like abortion access. Obviously, that's still going on, which is super stressful. And we definitely have to do another one of those things soon sometime. But I just kind of felt like, why is there not more? I mean, not that there wasn't a lot going on or not that people weren't making a huge fuss. But for me, I was like, I don't want to just like sit here and let people think that this is okay or that I don't know. It just felt like we need to make a stand. And so then, we raised like $72,000 for some different charities. I mean, that was like all thanks to a lot of people who helped put this together, whether it was chefs, volunteers, organizers, but it felt right. And I feel like, sometimes you just like get mad about something and instead of just staying mad, you're like, can I do anything positive to direct this energy into, I don't know, making people feel like, hey, we're here for you, we got you, and we're all in this together. Or maybe some of us are in this together. I don't know about everybody, but I was just like,
that's their
what?
decision. You're
exactly.
saying that we're in this together. It's their decision to join in. But
exactly.
if you don't have a platform, if you have a platform and you don't use it, I think that's a bigger problem. Yeah. I was honored to be there, and that was big. Like, this is nothing compared to what you did over there. This
is great. You guys are great. I'm just kidding.
We're good. Thanks, Brian. Brian with a clap.
It's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
I think you're kind of fierce. What's it like to work for you? Is it hard?
I don't know. Ruby, Nate.
No, you have people that stay with you a long time.
I don't know.
But you hope
not.
You have a specific way of doing things.
I mean, we're probably not. I don't know. Is it okay to work for us? I hope it is. I mean, we try to treat people with respect, and if anything, maybe a little unorganized or a little like kooky, but whatever. I don't know. I hope. Oh, thanks. Thanks.
I'm sure. Well, and that's not an easy question, but we do need to consider, especially now there have been a lot of changes with employees, and it's harder and harder to say and do the right thing daily. I know that I have reprogrammed my mouth to try to say mostly the right thing, and I can still screw it up.
Well, that's why I'm not allowed in the building very much. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm kidding.
But I like that,
but also,
I like that fire from you, though, and that's kind of what I don't want the fire to go away, right? Because we have to be so careful about things.
Well, we have an amazing team that holds it down, like Ruby over here, one of our district managers. What's up, Ruby? Anyways, but we have really great people who make it nice to work for us.
Yes.
And who keep it fresh because after like so many years of running different businesses, they're just like, okay, they're the ones who keep people like excited and feeling passionate about things. I think, we can try, but we're also not there like every single day like they are. So,
well, that's really cool that you don't have to be, and that is a level of trust that you need to have so you can have your life too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you also have to enable people to take their own life and responsibilities in their own hands and let them kind of go with it. Not that you're not going to have some sort of guide, but you want to see what they can do.
Yeah. I trust them more than I trust myself.
And it's up to us to push them. Mm-hmm. It's up to us to give them a lesson or two or hard chat or a like what, you know, like that was a bad idea. Like it's important that this honesty continues.
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't know what it's like to work for me. I think it's annoying because I'm like, are you okay all the time? Like, are you okay? Are you okay? What can I do for you? Can I help you? You know, and I try to keep it light and I try to keep it friendly. And I try to let the employee be themselves. And I try to, you know, it's really a balance. I'm twice the age of most of my employees now.
Yeah, I think I am too.
I love that part because if I didn't have that connection to what's really happening now through them, I think I could get lost and go back to my old programming and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, like I think there's just so much energy to be had from the young people that we work with, and their perspectives are so cool. So I feel like that's like a total benefit, and hopefully to work with me feels like that to them too. Like I want to kind of be in it with them and, you know, teach them and, you know, like some of the old skills, like some of the old oh, like I just snorted.
Oh, that was so cute. It was adorable. We can't edit it out. It's live. It's too late.
I just you know, like I just want everybody to be able to like have this, like the continue the passion about this business, and like, you know, make sure that they know that while it's hard, that it is possible, and that there's just a lot more left.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I want to know what's left for you though, because I see tea shop, I see fashion, I see Hola Arepa, I see Hi, and I asked you if you thought you were going to open another restaurant, and you were like,
No,
Christina,
I
I'll
mean,
tell
no,
you
that
what.
was a no. But you said, do I want to open another restaurant?
Okay.
Not, are you going to open another
Okay.
restaurant?
All
Am
right.
I going to
Well,
open
I like the
another
clarity. I like
restaurant?
the clarity's good.
Probably not. Do I want to? I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I guess maybe
We'll see.
I want to
wouldn't-
know what else.
What else? I don't
Because
know.
you are a motor. You just motor. And I know that you're not going to sit on two restaurants for long. And it doesn't matter that it's another restaurant, but what are you thinking about? I want to know. If you had a dream fucking job, what would it be?
I don't know. I mean, get paid to travel but not have to write about it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you said dream job. It's not a real thing. That doesn't exist. If there's somebody who wants to fund that for me, though, I'm putting it out there right now, I would do that. I'd eat a lot, too.
I don't. I think there's so many careers within our careers. I know that I'm personally trying to do frozen food and make that an avenue for myself where, you know, the like I don't have to be at Kowalski's opening the freezer door for you, being like, "Come on into my lasagna, it's right here," you know, and then thanks for coming, you know, like I want to do something that I don't have to be doing.
Right. Totally. Is that what you're doing right now? Can I just find you at a Kowalski's, like opening up a door and being like, "Ooh, look at this lasagna."
I'll tell you, until it got like weird out there, I literally want to go. I wanted Matt'll confirm this.
Oh my God.
I wanted to go like walk up to somebody's door, like any door, and then everybody be like, "Hi, yeah, I'm Tim Niver, and I'm starting a lasagna company, and I'm wondering if you try my lasagna."
Wait, he's pretending to be you?
No, I want to do this.
Oh,
I
you
was
want to do that? Oh,
talking
I
about
thought you were
I
saying
just thought
that
it would
Matt's
be
gonna pretend to
dangerous.
Oh, yeah, no, people are crazy. They got guns,
So
man.
I
Don't do
should
that.
walk up to them for a door. But I thought, you know, like I need an avenue. I need another way to kind of enhance something around what I do,
Yeah.
but not like the this
Right.
kind of day to day. You know what I find?
Yeah.
That I don't know how to do with my new job. And so it takes me 4 times as long to try to figure out what the angle is or whatever.
Right. I mean, as far as like new other things, I mean, I have like probably a new harebrained scheme like once a week or something. I just like I type it in a notepad
you
in my
do?
phone. Yeah, it's full of crazy, some shitty,
Oh, get it
mostly
out.
shitty
Get it out.
ideas.
Let's
No,
talk.
no,
Get it
no,
out.
no, no. Definitely
Get that
not
phone.
sharing that with you because I mean, but yeah, there's like, I don't know. I've started like 15 other companies in my mind, but but I mean, it's just about like, what do I have like time and energy and to pull off, and you know, what won't just like make me go insane? Because right now, like, life balance is not bad, and I've like finally found that. So I'm like, what can I do so that it's not going to just like shoot me back into the like life only, or work only, and no
Yeah.
life balance. I don't know. So
Well, once you get to a certain point in your business, you can find a little different piece in a little different ways, and I've
Yeah.
done that. But it's still, that doesn't mean that one night the chef's not going to get a call and be like, the dishwasher's not here.
right, totally.
Who's going to wash the dishes, and maybe
Yeah.
I have to show up, or maybe Chef Chris has to show up. And in fact, that happens a little bit. It's really hard.
Yeah.
But you, I do want to look in your phone.
No. 100%.
I want to know your ideas. I find that part of the ideation part
Yeah.
of things to be so interesting.
Oh,
The
yeah.
best part, in fact, conceptually finding like an idea, and you're like, I want to run with it, and it could look like this, and the chairs and the menu. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's some wild ones. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens though. We'll see. Some
So-
of them are, I mean, some of them are
they
restaurants, some of them
They're
aren't.
non-restaurant shit. That's
some non-restaurant shit, some other stuff. I don't know.
Okay, I'm really excited about it because
see.
I know that something else is going to happen. So you've had, like tea career, you've had fashion career, you've had food truck career, you've had one restaurant career, and now you've like cumulatively had this. How old are you?
39. I'm 39.
It's an incredible amount of stuff, and I'm really in awe, to be honest.
Oh, thank you.
It's really cool.
Thanks, Jim.
So your next thing could be your biggest, you know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Or it could be the thing that like totally yeah, exactly. I don't know.
I see.
It's always scary starting something new, right? Where you're just like, oh, fun, new opportunities to just like either do really well or totally like eat shit and burn it all to the ground.
Burn it all to the ground. But I think there's more life lived in that effort to find it, and that's kind of like I was just trying to like glom on to your energy because I know how smart you are, and your next idea I'm sure will be a really good one, and I just want to tell you to go for it because you should. You're just good at everything you do.
Oh,
Girl.
I don't know about that.
You are. No, you make it right. You make it right no matter what. Like, and it works. And
Oh.
this energy that you have towards business, that you've always had towards business, just makes me feel like there's a whole nother story that if Niver Niver Land exists in 10 years, you'd be able to come and say, I've done these 2 or 3 big things in the next 10 years. And if you don't want to, that's even more important because you can make that decision too. But I just am excited about the next step for you because
Will you have me back in 10 years
Yeah.
and we'll see if I'm
alive.
Yeah. Oh my God, stop it.
I was I'm ready to go.
Stop.
No,
Oh
my
my
daughter
God.
LK will confirm that I had a little conversation with them. With my kids and my wife just recently because I feel as though I really don't have to prove anything anymore to anybody. Not that I can't, like, every day I still have to make it nice, but I was listening to this podcast and Rick Rubin was on it, famous music producer, and he talked about how we're all kind of, not all of us, a lot of us look 10, 15 years down the road and we're saving and toiling and we're looking at this goal and it's up here and it's far away, but we believe that it's gonna just be ripe fruit when we get to it, but we honestly don't know. Mm-hmm. So Rick Rubin, and the way that I'm interpreting this is like, I talked about a grand result, like I really feel like you have to make sure, and I have to make sure, that we understand and realize that most of what we've done is already a grand result. That you've had restaurants exist for this long, that you were able to make this kind of path for yourself, that you had the balls to do it. These are all grand results, and they've happened. They're not gonna. They already have. So I believe that we needed to kind of like just give ourselves some credit for the things that we've already done, Christina. And you don't need to do a damn thing, because I think you've already proven it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What?
I think you've already proven it.
I'm like, all right, well,
So-
I'm done then.
Well, the grand results can keep happening. There can be more out there, but you just should you should just like look at them as some things that already have happened. And that's why I say I'm ready to go, because I look at my kid and I say, man, I'm proud of you just the way you are. Aww. I don't need anything else from you. Like, you've arrived.
It's because
like,
you've done a lot of cool shit.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, and I got upset and depressed during, like different times in my life. And I don't have time for that. I just feel like, once you accept that things are good how they are, it's really just so much easier to do more good things.
I agree with that. I don't know. I think that, finding a little bit of, sitting back and being like, all right, we're doing all right here. It's still hard to like recognize that kind of stuff though, isn't it? Like just any kind of achievement, sitting back and like thinking about it.
You got to let it soak in, Christina. You got to really let it soak in and like understand it. And it could be done. Strip club, we opened it and we closed it in 10 years. And I can't imagine a better story. If I tried to go to 11 years, it could have been fucked up. I'm serious. We were close anyway.
I wish I wish it was still there. I loved that place.
As a little like beautiful book that I can put up on the shelf and read again and pull out, complete grand result. Like I can never do that again.
Yeah. But it's nice that you're just like, okay, didn't like, that was great, done. Next step. I love that.
So there's more for me, and I know there's more for you. I'm looking into that and kind of excited for it. And I think you'll surprise us.
I hope so.
I think you'll surprise us.
It's going to be something totally wild and different. You're going to be like, oh my God, I didn't know that Christina was into, I don't know, making socks or something like that. I'm not going to make socks.
BDSM, like leather.
My new line of BDSM gear. I don't know.
Looks good in leather.
Great gimp masks. Sorry.
This is where we start, is with the gag over there.
Yeah, exactly. Ball gags. How did you know? You read my phone, didn't you? Oh my God.
I want to so bad. All right, you have dessert in front of you today. Right now.
Not anymore.
Oh, you don't?
I don't know.
It was a posset. So. It was a passion fruit posset, and it was also a strawberry EVOO cake with a little whipped mascarpone on top. Was it good?
Yum. That sounds great.
Somehow we did it. We got through 4 courses while we were chatting here,
yay.
and I had no real idea that we would be able to do it so smoothly.
Your team is so slick. Look at that. Was
yeah,
like,
they
oh my
fucking
gosh.
left too. They're gone now. They're out back.
Yeah. All right. That's amazing.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I don't want to belabor this, but I'm just so happy that we had a chance to like hang out, and recently we made time for each other where you invited my wife and I over to your house and you cooked. And I have to say that it was spectacular and just so lovely to see you in your own environment. And the food that you put up, I've never had before. I've never seen that. Oh. And you were able to provide me in your home. Like, this is something I've never seen before. It was so cool.
Oh.
And you're just fucking... She made these... Is it a wok?
Yeah.
It's a wok pan like this, and she's got these crab, Singapore crab. And she's just in her kitchen, like... shaking these things, and then there's an omelet going, right?
Yeah, I think so.
There
I
was
don't
some
know.
weird
It was-
omelet going,
yeah,
and you're like, I
there's-
fucked it up or whatever. It's great. You know, if you come to my house, I like your steak and there's potatoes or whatever. But I went to your house, and I was just like, I was somewhere else, man.
Oh
It
God.
was so fucking cool.
Oh,
Thank you
thanks.
so much.
I know. I kind of wanted to feed you something that maybe you hadn't had before, but then it kind of just, it all started happening, and I was like, I don't know, this might be a bad idea. We didn't have any like crab claw cracker things. I was just like, I don't know, use your teeth.
Yeah, we worked it out. We totally worked it out.
Gave you some
No.
scissors. Was like, good luck. Everybody got really messy. There,
It was
I feel
warm
like-
out.
Yeah.
Christy got
know.
drunk.
Oh yeah.
She sat by the tequila. There wasn't really a tequila table, but there was a table with tequila on it, and she kind of just moved over there and sat down for a little bit.
Always.
So
yeah.
I'm just driving home, and then I look over, and she's like, "We had so much fun." I'm like, "Yes, we did, honey." She's like, "Thanks."
Yeah. The drunkenness.
Christina's so
is-
cute.
Drunkenness is probably courtesy of Burke. He just he keeps refilling drinks and you don't notice. And I'm just like, no, stop. And he's just like, whoop. Yeah,
That's my guy, Bert.
that's right. I wonder where he learned that from, Tim Niver.
There are some scary things that have happened in front of Berg before, I can tell you
Oh
that.
God.
Town Talk Diner was a mess.
That place was amazing. I mean, yeah, just like, oh my God. I fucking love Town Talk Diner. That was like when Burke and I first started dating and he was bartending there, and I would just come there on, I think it was like Sundays or something, just to see
Brunch.
the total like mayhem, fun, all of it just erupt. It was a good time.
It
there's
was.
never like anything like that ever again. There will never be. I don't know.
I don't think that moment in time or that cast or crew could ever be copied.
Yeah.
I mean, or replicated. You walk into a place and you can sense it, you can feel it. But that was it was a cast of just crazies,
Oh,
broken
yeah.
toys. We were all broken toys in a room trying to
Oh
do
my
one thing
God.
together that was like new and different and fresh and shaken and just not what everybody else had.
It was a wild time. It was so fun, and yeah, that energy I just want to like bottle it up and keep it forever.
One of the favorite things I ever heard from a guest was at the Town Talk, and it was maybe 3 or 4 weeks after opening, and he was sitting in the bar with his partner and another couple. And he's like, Tim, and he like brings me. He's like, this is the best time I've ever had in a restaurant. I'm like, thanks. He goes, it's like, there is no war out there. My wife makes love to me every night. My kids have great grades, and they leave me the fuck alone.
Oh my God.
When I'm in your place, nothing can touch me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and
Oh,
everything
that's so
is right
good.
with the world. That was one of the best comment. I'll
I
never
love
forget
that.
Tom saying that to me.
That's so cool.
And so we have power over people in a way, but only with our love and our and undying effort to make them happy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh God, that was, yeah. I mean, like I said, I can't say it enough, but I'm like, you, AJ, everybody just inspired the fuck out of me and Burke. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, we don't do it in the same way that you guys do. I know that, like, I mean, yeah.
Why would you?
But also, it's
You're
like,
open.
well, no. But
No,
also,
Town Talk
like,
was like,
you know,
yeah, it's time.
but also just trying to recreate something that's like, you know, an experience and like
Yeah.
something that people are like, wow, I can't like get this somewhere else, or I don't feel this way somewhere else. It's like something that we try to, you know, take from you.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice of you. And we still try to do it every day. Dinette and Mucci's, we just try to like lead with our heart and be good people to people and to each other. And that's the mood that prevails. If
Yeah.
you let it, and if you keep things cool and not try to like press too hard on, like shit that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I want to keep serving St. Paul and Minneapolis for a really, really long time. And I'm glad that I had a chance to meet with you and talk about the reality of things, but also about the beauty of things and what it's like to work with a partner. And I'm just looking forward to deepening our relationship and hanging out with you more, because what I see you really like. And I would like to hang out with you a bit.
I love that.
Thanks for doing this,
because
it was not
really cute too. Christy, you're so cute.
I love her to bits. We're fun people.
Yeah.
And we're
Oh, I
very
know
sexy.
it.
We're
Oh,
very
I know
sexy.
it. Very, very sexy, fun people.
That's weird. Maybe that's weird. It's fine. I want to say thanks to Simon. Simon, come out here. Yeah, you, Mary, come out here.
Mary.
I mean, come on, Mary, come on, yeah. Hey, Simon. Yeah, man, you're good. You're good. Yeah. That's cool. Simon, you're good right there. Don't come any closer. Don't come any closer. Simon's been here. How long you been here, buddy?
Like a year and a half.
Thanks, man. He's the type of guy. He's the type of guy that you want to have with you. He's come in here. He's been a sponge. This is the first kind of event that any of us have done, but it's really nice being able to involve him with that, to give him like the idea that there's more than just a restaurant in this restaurant,
Yeah.
And then Mary, I've worked with for how many years? 7?
Awesome.
7.5 years, and she's arrived. She's
amazing. She's like cool as a cucumber.
No,
and
Mary, I'm not even
so
trying to like blow
awesome.
smoke up your butt.
Oh my god.
You have arrived, chef. You have like really come around and just grown, and I can't believe that you're still here, and I'm so appreciative.
No.
You're back. You left and you came back, and that means a lot to me. So I just wanted. Obviously, we have Shannon over here, and LK, and Sasha, and Brad helped us out tonight. Can we just give him a little? Thank you. Brian and Matt with Gleam Tower. Is there something else you want to say?
Thank you all for coming tonight and listening to us talk. I don't know, that was fun. Thank you. Thank you to your team, who was amazing and did all these pickups while I was here talking.
It's weird, man. There was pressure.
Thanks to my team, who's amazing. All of the management team, and also the kitchen team, who let me steal some mies today and whatever. Anyways.
That's what it's about.
Right.
Christina, it's been such a pleasure to be able to chat with you. And again, I can't wait to hang out more. And to you all, the fact that you're here still blows me away. I am appreciative of your support. I think I tell you every time I see you, if I see you in my restaurant, it's really nice that you're here. And Niver, thanks you. Niver Niver Land, thanks you. Gleam Tower Media, thanks you. Brian, thanks you. And Christina, thanks you. Thank you for coming tonight. And thank you for joining us on Niver Niver Land. That's it. I hope you know.